All right, let's talk about the Atlanta Falcons. Look, the regular season almost a week away now. Actually, it is a week away. Football is almost finally back, and there's a lot of momentum behind the Atlanta Falcons. But we've got an interesting report out of Atlanta that highlights the general thinking behind the decisions that the Falcons have made this offseason at the most important position. And I think Atlanta fans will really appreciate this report.
Yeah, Nick, as this season is, just like you said, a week away now. It is incredible. It's been a long offseason, but we're here. Atlanta fans, they got to be excited about this story because this just shows what it takes to make it in this league and how difficult it is. And there's so many different factors, but this young Atlanta Falcon has the key factor that Terry Fontenot and co. believe is the most important one to be successful in the league. So stay around for this story. But Nick, let's talk to the Falcons fans right now. Just a week away, this Sunday, 1 p.m., you're facing the Carolina Panthers. It's going to be a big game, division rivals. We want to know, what are your predictions for the score in the comment section below. This will be the first game for Bryce Young. Maybe this Falcons defense gets to prey on a young rookie quarterback. So let us know in the comments below, what is the score for the Falcons versus Panthers games going to be in the comment section below. But Nick, get on into it. What's going on with the Falcons?
Yeah, so the Falcons, we all know it. This is a talented roster. They made a lot of big upgrades to the offseason, whether free agency or draft or trade. Arthur Smith seems to be like the right guy for this organization as the head coach. Their success is really going to hinge on young quarterback Desmond Ridder. We all know it. And there's actually a very interesting report from Falcons Report highlighting what the front office and what the organization thinks of Ridder and why they went with him and selected him. Miles, if you want to throw up the report, I will read from it. Heading into his second season, quarterback Desmond Ridder has earned a chance to be the future of the franchise. A third-round pick in 2022, it's unclear if his leash will extend past this season. For now, though, he has the trust of general manager Terry Fontenot. When you play that position, it's not always about the physical talent. We know he has the physical talent, Fontenot said. It's between the ears. It's right here in your chest. The season is almost like a roller coaster, Fontenot continued, and you better be prepared for that. You better be able to handle the pressure. You better be able to handle the tough times. You have to handle it the right way. We believe in Desmond in those areas. That last sentence is really the key there. And look, there's a lot of truth to that. There's a lot of great quarterback prospects that come out of the draft that have unbelievable physical talent. But the reality is the quarterback position is defined how quickly and accurately you can process information, read the defense, make the right throw at the right time. I've always said this is one of the reasons Tom Brady could play for as 20 plus years, however long he played. There's a reason why Peyton Manning had an MVP season, even though he couldn't throw the football more than 40 yards down the field. It's because they understood the game and were able to process information and read things at a certain level, higher level than maybe anybody in NFL history, that allowed them to have such continued success. But it's not just that mental aspect of it, right? Because that's half the job. The other half of the job is you got to be the leader, the manager of the franchise, the face of the franchise. And that means riding through the ups and downs of the season. You're going to have a game where you throw 3 picks. You're going to have a game where you lose because you didn't come up big in the fourth quarter. How do you handle yourself coming into work the next day? How do you handle yourself in practice, maintaining that level of consistency? That's going to be really key for any quarterback, especially young quarterbacks. We see a lot of busts. We see Zach Wilson struggle at the podium, right, with the New York Jets. He had a rough time. Ryan Leaf famously was terrible in these situations. Maintaining a level head on your shoulders is key to being a starting quarterback in the NFL, and I think that Terry Fontenot has come out and said very publicly they like that from Desmond Ridder. I think it's a great sign that Ridder could potentially, and I think there's a strong case that he is the guy for this team going forward. But Miles, let me throw it over to you now. What are your thoughts on everything with Ridder and the Falcons right now?
Yeah, Nick, I think what Fontenot said is the most important thing, because if we're being honest with ourselves, every quarterback that comes into the NFL, at least through the draft, probably has some level of physical talent. They're gifted in one way or another, whether it's their arm, their leg, or any other combination of the two, because to make it to the NFL, it is really, really hard. So these guys coming in here, they're all top-tier athletes. I think the one thing that separates the good from the great is, like you said, what's in your heart and what's in between your ears. And the fact that a young guy like Desmond Ridder, he didn't get the starting job right away last year. He had to earn it. He built the trust of the organization. He worked through his progressions. He came through. He looked good. And now he's looked even better through this offseason, OTS, preseason, training camp. And now he's coming into this season, and everyone is a believer, especially the front office. Terry Fontenot, I'm a believer. I think he's going to be a really bright spot for this team. I think this is going to be a big year for him, and I love the vote of confidence that Fontenot and co. have given him, because the fact of the matter is he has to perform, because this is a killer starting cast right around him. Nick, got London, they've got Pitts, they've got the young Bijan Robinson in there. this is going to be a star-studded offensive line, probably one of the better ones in the NFL this season. He has every possible opportunity to succeed, and that is why I think this guy is going to come out, and if he's confident and his heart is in the game, he's going to be able to have every tool necessary to be a successful quarterback in this league. So I love what they're saying out of Atlanta, and I like what we're seeing out of Desmond Ridder. I'm excited to see what he does this coming Sunday.
Yeah, you bring up a great point about the fact they have such a strong supporting cast. He almost just has to be the point guard facilitating everything. He doesn't have to do it all himself and carry the team. And again, that goes to your headspace, understanding that's your role in this team, in this offense right now, is to be the face of the franchise, be the leader, but also the distributor of the football in an effective and efficient way. And look, one of the things we always talk about coming out of quarterback classes, everyone seems, and you kind of brought this up, but it's a great point, everyone has a certain level of physical talent, but it really is the guys who are mentally smart, who understand, that aspect of the game, have that situational awareness, that do good things. If you look at Ritter's class, Malik Willis, you and I love Malik Willis. Every physical tool in the world has had trouble processing information at the NFL level. Matt Corral, great physical tools, great career at Ole Miss, problems processing things in the NFL. He's bouncing around. Who knows what his career is going to be like. Kenny Pickett, the guy came out, only one really good year in college for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now with the Pittsburgh Steelers, his one strength, his ability to process defenses, be a leader, that kind of thing. So it's intangible kind of aspects. The result, he's off to a strong start. You see a lot of those similar qualities in Desmond Ridder, and it's just one of those truisms in football. We can fall in love with these great athletes, these physical phenoms. You look at Anthony Richardson, bring him up all the time. We say, oh, he's the next whatever. He's next Josh Allen, he's next Pat Mahomes. But if you watch Pat Mahomes and you actually watch him play and don't just watch social media, 99% of his throws are just reading the defense and hitting the right guy for a 9-yard completion. He does one magical thing a game that is all over the internet, things like that. But the reality to a guy like Patrick Mahomes' success is his ability to mentally process what's going on in front of him and lead his football team. That's what elite quarterback play is 100% about, 99.9% of the time. And again, the fact that Desmond Ridder has the faith from Terry Fontenot in the front office backing him, they wouldn't just come out and say it. Fontenot's a smart guy. Fontenot's a straight shooter. We covered a lot of the Falcons this offseason. I think this really means a lot. I think it's a great sign for the Falcons with Desmond Ridder going forward.